Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today we are here for another episode of Tropic Talks. Now, we have a big update here, alright? Potential Tropical Cyclone 5 has just developed, so today we're going to be talking about all the possibilities of what it could do, alright? So, let's go and start off by looking at the National Hurricane Center's cone of uncertainty here. So we can see that it has this thing becoming a tropical depression as early as late tonight, alright? And it's saying that by Monday afternoon, we could already be dealing with a full-blown tropical storm as it continues to head westward towards the Greater Antilles here, alright? So again, this is kind of the general region we're thinking maybe needs to look out for potential Tropical Cyclone 5 here, soon to be Tropical Storm and Hurricane Ernesto most likely here. But we can see that right now we do have some tropical storm watches in effect for portions of the Antilles, so we'll continue to look out and monitor the situation there. But again, right now we're kind of expecting a landfall in that region Tuesday afternoon, again, as maybe a mid-range or a high-end tropical storm there, according to the National Hurricane Center. And then it has it coming very dangerously close to Puerto Rico. That's another area we'll have to watch, but then curving northward and making its way towards Bermuda by this weekend, okay? So this is the model intensity guidance here, according to Tropical Tidbits, right? So a lot of our members pushing this thing to a low-end Category 3 hurricane or a high-end Category 2 hurricane. Either way, that would bring significant impacts to the areas that do get affected by this, especially Bermuda. Once again, that's kind of the hot spot we're thinking right now, where we could see some of the most significant impacts in terms of storm surge, damaging winds, and flash flooding. And again, a lot of our members right now pushing this to even a major hurricane. Now, it's also worth noting that we have some members not even pushing this to a hurricane at all, but that's kind of the least likely scenario, I think. I think the chances that we don't get a hurricane out of this, at this point, they're like 5% at most, all right? So I wouldn't trust these models here that are only pushing this like a tropical storm. I wouldn't even trust the ones pushing this to a Category 1 hurricane. I really do think that it's going to be some of these models that are painting a higher end intensity picture that we're going to have to really look out for here, because they seem to be the most likely scenario as of right now. So let's go ahead and move on to what the models are thinking here for potential Tropical Cyclone 5. We can see that right now we do have ourselves a little tropical wave there, but by Tuesday morning we could be seeing some sort of weak tropical storm or strong tropical depression making its way towards the Greater Antilles. The GFS here has it making landfall as around a 1,000 millibar low, it looks like, and it continues to push it northward and has it becoming a very strong hurricane, actually, having, even as a 961 millibar low at the point where it's likely going to make landfall in the Bermuda area. And the GFS has this right on track for Bermuda, so if you're in Bermuda, I mean, seriously, you have got to look out. Again, we are expecting to potentially have a strong, maybe even a major hurricane beeline towards Bermuda, and that would be later this weekend, all right, if we do see some sort of landfall, or sorry, later next weekend, all right? We are expecting a Saturday, maybe Sunday landfall next weekend of a major hurricane potentially in Bermuda. Now, it's worth noting that the forecast does have time to change. Do not panic. Just make sure that you're prepared, and if you need to evacuate, that you can, and you know where you're going to go. So, moving on to the European model here, we can see that it does not push potential Tropical Cyclone 5 quite to the same strength as the GFS, but by the time it reaches the Antilles, it still has it being likely a tropical depression, and it does have it strengthening quite rapidly once it leaves that area. And by this weekend, whenever it makes that Bermuda landfall or goes near Bermuda, according to the European here, it is going to be a 975 millibar low, which is a little bit weaker, but still quite significant, likely a Category 2, maybe a low-end Category 3 hurricane there. So we'll have to look out for that. Again, the European here has it skimming Bermuda, not a landfall in Bermuda, but skimming Bermuda, which is why we're not issuing evacuation orders yet, because we're not quite too certain on the exact details here, alright? So finally, we're going to look at the Canadian model. This model is usually the least reliable out of these three to look at tropical systems, but like I said yesterday, we're just trying to cover all bases here and every single potential for potential Tropical Cyclone 5, right? So we can see that it has it really not even being a tropical storm at all by the time it makes landfall in the Antilles. Maybe not even a tropical depression, really just kind of some tropical downpours likely, if anything. And it does have it strengthening, but it takes a while, alright? But it is kind of painting that picture of, again, a Bermuda or close to Bermuda landfall. This one has it kind of being the weakest out of all these three models. Maybe in the kind of low 980s to high 970s in terms of its pressure. So that would still be a decently strong hurricane, but it wouldn't be quite as concerning as some of the other models we're painting. And then it has this actually going very close to Atlantic Canada and Nova Scotia after that. So that'd be something we have to watch out for. We typically think that it's going to stay off to the east of that region, but again, details could change. We're still quite a ways out. So continue to watch all those for you. If you guys did enjoy this video, please do be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.